want your heart surgery. Gotta need your heart so I can be what you're coming to be. I wanna talk like you, I wanna walk like you, I even wanna act like you. Ain't no cap, it's true.
Wow, we are back.
We're back.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is Pat and
Randy,
and this is Straight from the Heart. And we are so excited to be with you on today. We first of all want to beg your pardon for the lateness. We are in a different location, so technical difficulties, among other things, have interrupted us. But nevertheless, we are here, and we are excited to be here today because we have some wonderful guests that are going to be a part of the show on today, and we want to introduce them to you. So without any further ado, we want to bring to the screen Lady, I'll say first of all, I'll call him Apostle Bishop.
Okay.
McMullen, and the beautiful, beautiful First Lady Joy McMullen. They are coming to the screen now. There they are, Pastor Henry and Lady Joy McMullen.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you guys doing today?
Well, very well. So excited to be here, and even more excited that you're one of the few people that can say McMullen correctly. So bless God for that.
Well, you know what? Then that's one strike not against me. I clear up everybody's name. So I do. I am accused of always announcing someone's name wrong.
Oh, wow.
So that's one for the books for me. Thank you, Pastor Henry. That's why I love you. See, he gave me my kudos publicly in front of everybody. But again, it is so great to have both of you on the show today. We are excited that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to join Straight from the Heart. And that's exactly what it is. We just talk straight from the heart. So my husband may nudge me and be like, girl, don't say that. But we just believe in being authentic, and I just believe that is the only way that you can help someone is when you are authentic and you allow that transparency to take place, because all of us have lived behind the mask at some time or another, and we are right now in this pandemic, we are behind the mask. But on this show, we take the mask off.
There we go.
We keep it 100. All right. And so again, we want to say welcome, and our topic today is one that I'm really excited about it. I think you guys are going to help us too. We some OGs.
There's one of us that needs a lot more help than the other.
See,
I got you.
He likes to gang up on me on the show.
We being honest, we just being transparent. But it's a balancing act.
It definitely is, and that is the name of the show today, the Balancing Act, Marriage and Ministry. I'm really excited because I know that we are on the opposite side of the scope. I'm Pastor G, and this is Deacon Germany. And then we have Pastor Henry and Lady Joy. Are you a co-pastor, Lady Joy, or?
I'm not a co-pastor. No, I co-lead. I co-lead.
Okay. You said I got a co in there somewhere. So it's a little awkward. It can be sometimes being the female as the pastor versus the husband. And sometimes I'll be very honest with you. I wish the roles were reversed as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And so maybe after this show, after this show, he may get a revelation.
There you go, Pastor Randy. That sounds good.
Pastor Randy, I like it.
There may be a revelation.
I don't know. I think we all work in our particular venue doing what we do best, and I think that this is her role. And I recognized that early on, and I was doing something else, and it was kind of a paradigm shift for me when she took on the role, because but when I seen her up there, I realized this is where she should be, and I said I'm gonna have to line up, because God, if you in the way, God will move you. So so I was like, I better fall in line, and then assist wherever I need be. And so I've been kind of her pusher, and and just one of her most staunchest supporters.
I get tickled when he says that, because Pastor McMullen, a lot of times when I minister, I'm so used to him being right there.
Sure.
And he's the one that gives me all the signals like cut it off, or that's enough, or
no,
or
sometimes
take it up. And
so
he's my cheerleader, my coach, and all of that. And so I couldn't think of anybody else that I would want to do ministry with. I appreciate him because he has been the greatest supporter and believed in me from day one. I often think about how we were both in the salon together. We owned a salon, and he was doing hair in one chair and I was in another one. He said I stole all his customers. I couldn't help it. I was just bad with the shears. I'm just saying. And so but then I have to think he called me to help him in the yard to cut the bushes one day.
No, she wanted to show me how she wanted it done. That's what
and
really
I
happened.
cut my hand with the hedge trimmer, and from there, the Lord shifted me from hairstylist behind the chair to full-time ministry.
Wow.
And never went back to as a cosmetologist from that day.
And I learned from that, be careful what you ask, because we was at a convention and I was telling Bishop, I said, we was walking down the hall. I said, man, you need to give her a job because she be up here all the time. I said, so we need to get paid for that time that she spent.
Because I'm always
and then lo and behold, when we came back, then he offered her a position,
That's awesome.
Same year. So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
So I've been at the church, employed at the church now for 26 years.
That is amazing.
I've been employed. So he spoke it into existence. He didn't know he was a prophet and didn't know it.
That's what it is.
But I recognized early, because when we were at Zion Tabernacle and she was standing up ministering, and I just got a revelation then. I said, oh, you know what? This is going to be the future. This is our life. So I said, I'm going to have to accept that responsibility and, and just do what I need to do to help her to do what she does. Because I know that how important that was. And if God, shows you something, if he is to downpour something into somebody, then you need to be supportive, or, either that or get off the boat or something.
Absolutely.
So.
And I say that, thank you so much for that. Because I believe this, and we're going to shift right to the McMullins because I just believe they have a story as well. One of the things that I truly, truly believe that when God calls one, he calls the other.
Absolutely.
As well. And maybe our roles may be slightly different in some areas, but I just believe that whoever God has called, then we are called as a team.
Yes.
And that
I agree.
We balance each other out. And so today we are the Balance It Act team. You all are a Balance It Act team.
Sure.
Minister and Lady Joy is the founder of Pretty Girls Preach. I wore my Pretty Girls Preach shirt all the way to Aruba Girl. So Aruba knows about Pretty Girls Preach.
Let's go.
Sure, the Pretty Girls. But nevertheless, you all hello, Denise. She said, praise the Lord to the amazing McMullins.
Praise the Lord. Wonderful.
And so we want you to share with us. We're going to dig. We want you to share with us how long you've been in ministry, and how did you know for sure that this is what God was calling you to as a unified force?
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to lead off, and I'm going to let Lady Joy take the baton from there. Ironically enough, what is so funny is that I heard you make mention about you all connecting in a salon. Yes. Such was the case was with Joy and I. Yeah. That's how we actually connected. So I was going to the barbershop, and my barber at the time, him and his wife, they co-owned the barbershop. He cut heads and she was a hairstylist. Wow. And one of the stylists there, Lady Joy, would work for. And I would just get my hair cut, and it kind of, just kind of spurred. It was birthed from just a conversation, because I came out of tragedy. I was married. Mm-hmm. I was married for almost 10 years, and my first wife passed away. She passed away January the 1st, the first day of 2010. Mm-hmm. So I came out of tragedy. I lost my wife, and so I went from being a family man to a single parent, and just trying to revamp and restart my life over again. I remember even during that critical time where I was just kind of hurt and discouraged, I heard the Lord say, be strong. Joy is around the corner. That's exactly what he said. Joy is around the corner. And here's the ironic thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let her take the lead because she's heard this story several times over.
Oh
in
my
many
gosh. That just okay, come on.
But watch this. Watch this. So I heard the Lord say to me, be strong, joy is around the corner. So as we begin to kind of just talk off and on the phone and text, and the time came where we decided to have our first date. And I had said to her, I said, hey, you have 2 children, I have a son. Maybe we can just do a family date. It doesn't have to be you and I. Let's just get the kids. Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese. Let's have some fun. She said, I would love that. My kids would love that. I said, okay, well, check this out. I said, I live off of 91st and Allisonville Road. I can come and pick you up. Do you know where 91st and Allisonville Road is? This what Joy said. She said, did you say 91st and Allisonville Road? I said, yes, I did. She said, oh, I know exactly where that's at. I'm right around the corner. Well, the moment she said that, I said, Lord, she has to be the one. This was the Joy we're talking about. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it happened very quickly. Like we started dating in August. October, we were engaged. We got engaged on the sweetest day.
Oh, man, that's good.
And by March, we were married.
Amen.
Wow, that did happen quick.
Yeah.
It happened so quick. I remember just asking him when I first met him. I asked him, could he pray for me? I was already, a minister. I had accepted my calling as a teenager. And so at that time when I met him, I had been divorced. So he came out of tragedy and I came out of tragedy as well. And so this time around, I said, you know what, God, I've got to be with somebody that is going to be able to usher me into the next place that you have for me to go and be compatible for where you're taking me. Mm-hmm. And so I asked him, I said, you know what, before we do anything, can you pray for me? And he prayed. He didn't know why he was praying, but I needed somebody that was going to be able to pray because I knew the calling that was on my life. I knew where God was taking me. And I understood that I need somebody that's going to be able to pray with me. And he prayed. And I knew then when he prayed, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to work.
Awesome. Right. I mean, that is beautiful. Yeah. Right around the corner, and joy cometh in the morning. Wow, and she happened to be right around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
He spoke that plain.
He was very specific in what he did. And you can see just the connection. Whenever I see you all operating in ministry, I just look and I'm like, wow, that is just, you can just see the flow and the authenticity. Some put on the airs and they have to, it's just, she's free to flow. And that's what I love about when I watch you both labor in ministry, that you have your own identity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I see how you operate and validate one another, but I see her, she's just doing what she does. She's as Pretty Girls Preach now, and you allow her to just go on and do and be who she is, and you're supporting her. You're back there and you look like you're having just as much fun as she is.
Oh yeah.
So I admire that, and so I look at you all and I'm like, wow. I said, they remind me of a younger version of us. Although, he's not on the keyboard. I think you play the keyboard, Pastor.
I do, but I was playing the drums that day. I'm more so a drummer.
He's multi-talent. He's playing the, well, my husband don't play the drums. No. Or the keyboard. No, but what do you do, babe?
What I do? I'm a cheerleader.
There you go. Yeah. Clap and cheer. There you go.
He might be holding out on a gift, Pastor.
And I'm encouraging that.
He's an encourager for sure.
That's my gift.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't know if he had a hidden talent that I overlooked after 38 years.
Okay.
But
that's not one of them.
He's holding out on you. I think he has something.
I believe he got a word in his belly.
No, but I think there's ministry, and I think that but I operate in it, but not on a platform that you all work from, but I'm just kind of like someone who I share my story and help and encourage others to come forward and to move forward, and that God can save anybody, because if he saved me, he can save anybody. And if you knew my story, then you understand what I'm saying. And so it was a challenge, and I came into holiness late in life. I was in my mid-30s, but when I never had the any kind of orientation, not really with church. My mother and they used to send me to a Methodist church early on when I was growing up, but but it was more so just to give us a little structure so we could hear something. But going forward, I just after I learned about holiness, it was something different for me, and I had an experience, and I've been sold ever since. So
awesome. So maybe one day he'll get to share that story. I think he did share he shared bits and pieces of it. How we all came together. We started in the 6th grade, then again at 18, and then at 24.
Yes,
we ran into each other 3 times. Yes. I said, okay, this got to be the one.
Yeah.
6th grade.
Yeah, but it's coming going.
Wow.
Forward. She was.
Tell him what I was, babe. Tell him who you said I was. His friends tell him now.
No, well, she helped me. She helped me to bring me out. But when I first met her, I was looking at her. I didn't want to mess up her life. So because my life was such that if she had been involved with me at that time, then it just wouldn't have been good. But God kept showing us, bringing us together at different times in our lives, and so we finally came together. And truthfully, I was really amazed because I didn't think most of my friends that know me, they'll say, "Hey, how did you get with a pastor?" That's amazing. They still find that difficult to believe.
I was his hidden angel.
He's a hidden angel. See, yeah, he was my hidden angel. But we're thankful that God revealed that and that he brought us together. So, and it's been 38.
But now he about to mess up, y'all. He said 30. It's been 37? It's 38, brother.
38, just 38.
We just came back from Aruba.
Yes.
In Aruba, yeah. 38 in Aruba.
38.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Absolutely.
It does.
So I heard you say that you said we're going to get the kids. So I take that you have a blended family as well.
We do.
Yes, we do.
How many children do you have? We have a blended family, and I call all of them my children.
Likewise.
Right. We do. We have a total of 6 children.
Okay, and we have a total of 7. We have a total of 7.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Wow.
We're the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a Brady Bunch too.
Yeah.
We are definitely.
But it's I was having a conversation with someone earlier today, and they were talking about blended families, and they kept referring to as his and mine, and I shared with them that you cannot separate the two. When you marry your spouse, you marry those children are a part of him or a part of her, and so I think that's important for anybody that's considering coming together with someone that has children, that you have to already embrace that we are a family. And so I appreciate that, hearing that from you. And several people have asked, how do you deal with the blended family? They are kids. You know what I'm saying? And so you just do what you have to do. And I'm so grateful with ours. We've had our little, but you know what? God has always just smoothed it out like nothing ever happened. And so we just keep flowing, and I love them just like, and my kids, I call them and say, where you at? Over my brother's house. Yeah. They just connected.
I love that. Yeah.
So, and I believe that comes from the top. When they see that we don't make a difference as parents.
That's it. Yeah, you have to trade the my and yours for ours.
That's it.
And I think that's the the issue is a lot of when you first get together. These are my kids. That's your child. It was difficult for us at first because I'd be like, I'll discipline mine, discipline yours. As we begin to grow and just gain that trust, because that's really what it's about. It's trusting that individual that they're going to love that child as much as you do. And so once we developed that trust, it was easier to be like, oh, you better get them.
Yes. Because you know that person, the other spouse, is not going to do anything to harm them.
Absolutely.
And with my son, it was him. Actually, he was he initiated that relationship with my wife. Prior to us getting married, he asked me. He said, Daddy, is it okay if I call Miss Joy my mommy? And so I had went to Joy and I was like, hey, look, I don't want to scare you off or anything, but my son, he is crazy about you. And he wanted to know if he could call you mother. How do you feel about that? I was hoping, I didn't know how she was going to respond, but, she was just so, just so embracing to that, like, of course, I would love to be his mother, because her rationale was this, like, regardless of what happens, where we go in our relationship, I always want to be a part of your life because you're just a good person. I wanted to be, a layer of support for you and your son, of course, as God would have it, we became husband and wife. But my son, his mother passed away when he was 4 years old. So really, Joy is the only mother that he's really ever known. And so that's mom. And, my son, Julian and Jaden, my bonus kids, I feel the same way about them.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Amen.
And that is so beautiful, because you had a chance at 4 years of age to really build that relationship, before they really kind of realized the absence, the void from, your previous wife. That is so beautiful. I love that. Look, I'm like, oh, but but that's beautiful. On our end, I did not have any children, but my husband did. And so you hear kind of everybody, well, you aren't married, he got all them kids.
Yeah.
I had 4.
He had 4 prior to me, from 2 from his first wife, and she's deceased now. But I mean, it was just like, when I embraced them, they became mine. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They were 11. I think they were like 10 and 11, and Rashad, Dale, and Randy, and Danielle, and so we just embraced them, as they came. And what I found out is I built my own relationship with them. It was not through him, because I realized they had to embrace me for who I was as well. And so we made it work like that. And so whenever we were doing things, they came over, help yourself. My only thing was wash your hands.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. You can fix whatever you want. Just wash your hands. And so they know me to this day by that. When they come over, we have family gatherings. The first thing is so funny, because the son was over the other night. We did a crab seafood boil.
Yeah.
He comes in, he goes straight to the sink.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we told him, come on over and eat something. And he pops right up. It took him 10 minutes, but he went straight to that sink and washed his hand. And I just laughed. I didn't say anything to him, because I was like, we have trained him up that he knows he can have anything he wants in this house, in this kitchen, but you got to wash your hands.
There you go.
He'll remember that probably for me when I'm old and gone.
Yeah.
You got to wash your hands. You go in her kitchen.
Yeah.
But it has been such a joy, just to watch how God can take marriage and ministry and make it one. Some people, they feel like that they don't have time when you pull. And I do understand when you pull from one end, that sometimes there's lack on another end.
Sure.
And so I so admire when I see you guys also taking your trip the other week, some weeks ago, to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what it's all about. Several times I've watched you take your little getaways and things, and other people don't do that. We just feel like it's church, work, church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have a balance somewhere where you keep that love and that excitement, where we can go, Lady Joy, and put on our cute dresses and put on and just be free. I'm looking at Lady Joy. She had her hair finger waved, and I know she was probably the shining star out there on the
absolutely. It's my firm conviction. This marriage thing is from death do us until death do us part. And I don't want to. I don't want to be so busy, with ministry or making a living that I don't make a life, and my wife and my children, they are my life and they're top priority, and so not only that, I've seen pastors' kids who, have felt neglected, because, dad spent so much time raising the church that he really didn't have the time to raise his family. And I just don't want that to be my testimony, and I don't want, and listen to me, and I'm not going to get burnt out. I'm not going to lose these boyish good looks that I have. Okay. I'm going to take breaks when I need to, so I can keep swagging like Pastor Randy.
Look, I'm gonna have to give me some waves like Lady Joy over there. Some earring. Now you gotta do a makeover on me, girl.
You're doing great.
I'm doing okay. I take my ponytail off when we leave, Lady Joy.
Yes.
You're gonna give me some long swinging hair. You know, we get
You
real.
ain't gonna know what to do with you then.
You don't know what to do. I'll be 60 in November.
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't.
We were laughing because I now have hired me a trainer.
I seen you, girl.
Girl, I'm like, ain't nobody I'm trying to be fabulous at 60. Not fabulous.
You already fabulous.
You guys look wonderful. I'm serious. You are a very, very beautiful couple. You guys look so good.
And you know what? I attribute that to him. We laugh. He said, "Girl, don't be getting all fat on me. Don't be doing this on me. Don't be doing."
So
and I said, "Don't you do it either."
I had to take care of me and be a model and model that for her. You know,
sure.
He likes to eat right and work out and all that. So
absolutely,
I be a trainer. I said,
"That's right."
But and, you know, when I laughed, I asked him. I said, "Do you want me to let my hair go solid pepper?" He said, "Not yet." I said, "I feel you because I ain't ready either." It's just one of us. So we call it, this is wisdom right here.
That's it.
That's what it is.
But you know, I'm so grateful that you know, so the ministry. Let me ask you this: for ministry, how do you separate, you know, the marriage and the ministry? I know the saints pull on you, and sometimes you do have to extend yourself, probably more so than you would like to. So does that ever cause any tension or anything?
Honestly, quite honestly, I think initially it did when we first started, because again, as Joyce said, you know, we started talking in August. We were engaged in October. We got married in March. What she didn't tell you is that we got married on Wednesday, and I had just taken my first pastoral assignment as an interim pastor the Sunday prior. We got married while I took that assignment on. Here, I was a 31-year-old pastor. She was a 26-year-old first lady, and we were pastoring the church, and the demographics of that church, that population, we were pastoring a population that had grandkids older than us, you know. So like, this little whippersnapper ain't gonna tell me nothing.
he don't know nothing. He's still wet in the ears.
And so, but one thing I loved about Joy is that she just instinctively, she just acclimated herself into that culture. Every Thursday, the older women from the church, I won't say older because they get offended.
Wait a minute, I was gonna say
season. There we go. The seasoned women of the church would come down there and crochet and knit, and Joy would come down there with them and crochet and knit. And she just really engrafted herself into that culture. Now, let me say this early on, because I was so young and ambitious, I was at, just there all the time. Every time somebody called me, I ran and I made sure. And, I've heard it be said, and it's true, that when you say yes to one thing, you're ultimately saying no to something else. Mm-hmm. So every time I said yes to the church, that was no to my children's games or no to hanging out with Joy. And so I had to learn fairly quickly, like you said, this balancing act. And, now 10 years later, and we've been in ministry since we've gotten together, we hit the ground running. So we've been married 10 years and we've been in ministry 10 years. Yeah. And now, as I pastor and the Lord has expanded us, and as we've taken over New Birth, because I know, church is larger, congregation is larger, thus are the responsibilities. And so I just made it my point that I set those boundaries, because what you allow is what will continue. Yes. After church, look, I preach to y'all for 40 minutes. Y'all got about 10 minutes to say hi to me. And then I'm walking out the door, hey, got chicken, cooking in a crock pot. And then Mondays is my day off. I don't answer the phone for anything with ministry. And Mondays is usually the time where, Lady Joy and I will do something with our family. But the truth of the matter is how we keep our relationship, intact is that we have date night every night.
Come on now.
And when I say date night, now that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go out and get something to eat, but we may start. I didn't say watch a movie. I said we may start a movie on the couch. We may not get through it, but we just always make sure we have time for our kids.
Yeah. All right. What happened? Froze. We froze. Uh-oh.
They froze.
That's when they're in.
What they need to do? Can you hear us? Can you all hear us? They're frozen. They're
Oh,
frozen.
I'm here. I'm
You
sorry.
guys are froze. That's
That's
okay.
all- that's
Come
all
on,
right.
it was
No,
just
but-
getting good. Come on.
The last thing I said is that we try to make sure we spend some kind of time together every day. What every day.
Every day.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, every day we do something. It doesn't matter how big, how small, just those little touches, of spending time together that is quality.
That's
You
good. So
know,
you're helping
that if-
somebody right now. You helping somebody.
They froze again.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It's time. What time out? But then we didn't get to the meat of the
Okay.
story.
Wow. I'm telling you this, we are going to definitely have to bring
You
the
back.
McMullins back on
Yes.
because I feel like there's so much more. There's so much in them that they can share because right now through this pandemic, a lot of couples or married couples that are operating in ministry together, I'm sure we're spending more time together because of the pandemic. A lot of
Yeah.
things are virtual.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of things. There you are back. That's all right. That's all right. We helping somebody out.
Yeah.
And we were
Yeah.
just talking about the viewers are saying it's not froze on their end. And so they're listening to you. They're excited. But I was just saying, in this virtual space that it allots us more time, than before. Even though I'm working from home, I still have to be in front of my computer, but just I believe my presence being in the house because
Absolutely.
I have not been able to do that in years.
I think
you
we made
know,
more progress.
And and even, I can't tell you, just the times I can go in there and I can fix dinner or, in between my breaks on my lunch break, I can go in there and fix something to eat real quick for them, or give them dinner, breakfast in bed. I get up early enough to cook them breakfast in bed. Those are the things that I miss doing that I did not have time to do. And so I would say that the pandemic, although it's been a lot of losses, there's been some gains as well. You have to learn your spouse even better.
Yeah. And I think that helped us to even bring the transitional home into fruition and get some things done. And then she been able to manage and orchestrate how we redid the landscaping around the house and so a
lot of things we did together.
Yeah. So it really worked out. So it's been a blessing so much.
So I know that the time is growing late, and we got to bring y'all back on.
Yes.
We know we do.
Yes. So we didn't get to the meat of the thing. So,
And so we're talking about the balancing act and just barriers. I guess the gist of what we want to as a takeaway is to let couples know that you can be successful in ministry and have a great marriage at the same time.
Absolutely.
You can. It's
And
possible.
there's no perfect marriage anywhere. Anything that you have to work at it. It's like a job. You make it what it is, and so the traveling, the taking the times out, it's like my husband was like, last night he called me from work. Hey, I'm booking for us to go to Cancun.
Yeah.
I was like, when we going?
That's all right.
We're going to 26. And then today he showed me the pictures of the room where we ain't even got to go out to the water, to the beach.
Yeah.
We got the pool right in the room. I'm like, hey. So I'm saying that you have to make things happen.
You do.
You have to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And so I admire you all so much, and I just want you to keep on because you're out there in the forefront. I've already told you I'm sending somebody your way. It's your project, but
I'm working on it.
But nevertheless, I am so proud of you all. I am. So we kind of like the grandparents saying to our babies, y'all like our babies, go forth. Don't
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any obstacles, God is with you. His hand is on you, and I believe the best is yet to come. And there's so much more. Lady Joy, you have even started your own makeup studio, correct?
Yes. When you talk about the pandemic, just giving you that freedom. Last year I had a baby, and I had so many complications with that, and I almost lost my life. And because of that, I realized that, I can't continue to put my dreams and visions on hold. I've got to go ahead and just jump out here and do it because, tomorrow's not promised.
That's right.
And so I left my career, my job. I left corporate America and went back to school and finished my aesthetics license.
Awesome.
And that was in May. And June, I opened up my own studio spa. So I do waxing, facials, makeup.
Woo.
So you and Dr. Randy got to come and get a
You know,
facial.
I was going to say, girl, you know,
Yeah.
my producer is telling me that she wants to do a photo shoot, so I have to come and let you do my makeup.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'll never be the same.
I would love to.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll have to make that happen.
All
And
right.
you know what? I want to say it's going to be dinner on us for the McMullins. We're going to get together
Yeah.
and we're
Oh,
going to
wow.
take you guys out to dinner.
Thank you.
Love
I
that.
don't mind hanging out with some OGs.
Yeah.
Man, please, absolutely. The wisdom that you possess. I really thank God. We admire you so much. And
Yeah.
you came to New Birth and set that place ablaze. I'll never be able to preach again because all they remember is your face. So
It
Thank
was
you so
already
much.
there. I just came in and just, you know, a little mother. But it's always such an honor and such a privilege to just be connected to good people. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? And especially those of like passion that are going forth in ministry and that have set the example as a young ministerial couple that you can have children, you can have marriage, you can have ministry,
Yeah.
and you can balance it out.
Yeah.
And you know, and then
Have a good
to hear
relationship.
your story, you know, of the blended family and how it even came about, you know, it's just a beautiful love story.
Thank
That's
you.
what I want to call it. It's a beautiful love story,
Thank you.
and we are so godly proud of you.
Yeah.
We are.
Thank you.
And so I'm going into mother mode now. We're so proud.
Thank you.
That's okay.
But I know there's so much more that we could talk about, but we don't want to go over our time because we have some viewers on here. Delphine Stalwart, she is with us every week.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do something for Delphine. She's
Yeah.
all the way in California.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Wow.
Asking, what's your online information for makeup?
I am at Studio Pro. It's Studio Pro Cosmetics. It's on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, Regina's going to put that in the chat line, Studio Pro. So she is one of our faithful. Denise Mayfield Sanders is on here as
Yeah.
well.
I did her makeup for her birthday recently.
Awesome. That's my
Yeah.
little sister. Yeah,
Yeah.
she just be all over the place.
Yeah.
That's my baby too. I you know what it's like? I laugh. I said when people say Mother Germany, I said I guess I am about to be Mother Germany.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's all right, Lady Joy. As long as they got makeup. We can go buy some hair. We can go buy some hair, and
There you go. There you
I can keep most of my teeth.
go. You age gracefully. I mean, I'm serious. You are a beautiful looking couple.
Yes.
I would have not said 60. No way.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I won't say his age. I don't know if he want me to say his age.
I ain't shame.
Come on, babe. Tell him how old he is, babe.
Man,
Wow.
black don't crack, man. You look good, Randy.
Yeah, well, thank you, sir. Thank you. I
But
appreciate
God
it.
has been good to us. I
Yes,
tell you,
yes.
you know, and one of the things we learn is to have fun.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
fun,
That's it.
enjoy yourself, enjoy life,
Yes.
Yeah.
enjoy one another, and we're best friends. You know,
That's
what I'm
it right
saying?
there.
And
That'll
that's the
keep you
key.
young. That'll
Yes.
keep you young.
And you know, and my mama looks out for him real good.
I believe that. It shows. It shows. That's why That's why I be booking those Aruba and Cancun trips that you taking care of.
Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it.
I'd have been
to
we went to Jamaica in May and Aruba in June,
Yeah.
and we're going to Cancun, and
August,
then where would you say we're going for my birthday?
I don't know where you want to go. But I wasn't going to France though. She's trying to get me to go to France.
He
I'm
wants
not
to go
going-
to what was it? St. Thomas?
St. Thomas,
Thomas.
St. Kitts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm gonna let him pick. Mother's just gonna keep her suitcase packed by the door.
There you go. There you go.
With plenty of swimsuits.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Okay, but this has been great. This has
Yes.
been great.
Thank you.
I love you all so much. We're gonna
Love you as well.
I'm gonna call and book my appointment, and then we're
Yes.
gonna get that dinner date on too. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. So take it away. Just give one word to marriage, family. One word. Just tell them in your own way. A success. Success word.
Teamwork.
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 I love
All
it.
right. Just good
Teamwork.
stuff.
Consistency.
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 There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Awesome. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
love you so much. We'll be in
Thank
touch
you. Thank you
again
for
from our
joining
heart
us.
to your
Yes.
heart.
Yes.
From the
Yes.
Germanys, we love you so much.
We
too.
love
Love you
you.
too.
Come on,
Thank you so
everybody,
much.
put your hands
We love
together
you.
for the McMullins. Hey,
So
tell
much.
them where your
Thank you.
church is at. Tell them where your church is at.
Yes, New Birth Fellowship Church, 3515 West Vermont Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46221, www.newbirthfellowshipchurch.com. Come check out, come holler at your boy. We have services every Sunday at 11:30. Your new start begins with a new birth.
Come
All
on.
right. Hey,
Oh, you
man.
know
I
what?
was
You
gonna say,
good.
yeah,
You're
that's
real good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That boy good. That boy good.
Boy, he got that thing. But again, New Birth is the place to be. You know, if you don't have a church home, check
Yeah.
out the McMullins. It's just a beautiful spirit of service, of good preaching, singing, and you're just free. It's free to flow.
Yes.
With. So check out New Birth, Pastor Henry and Lady Joy McMullen. Again, we love you
We
from
love
our
you
heart
too.
to your heart.
Yeah.
God bless,
God bless you. Thank you so
God
much.
bless.
All right. Have a good evening.
You
Too.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gotta want your heart surgery. Gotta need your heart, so I can be what you're coming to be. I wanna talk like you, I wanna walk like you, I even wanna act like